now is going to tell you to starve yourself, or telling you how you can eat 5 nuts a day and a glass of juice and you're going to lose 10 pounds, well, you're on the wrong video. And you should not be looking for solutions like that as well, because that is extremely unhealthy. And I know a lot of people these days are looking for a quick and easy way to just drop weight fast. But if you're trying to damage your organs, if you're trying to damage your insides and overall be unhealthy, then go ahead, do you, boo. But what I'm going to talk about today is going to be an alternative to doing it the healthy way, and how you can get the body that you're meant to be and the healthiest body that you're meant to have, because not everybody is going to look the same at their healthiest point. Because y'all, we'll get into all that. Thank you Lifesum for sponsoring this video. I have mentioned Lifesum before in other videos and on Snapchat, Instagram, YouNow, everywhere that I basically open my mouth on. And it is an app that I use every single day, just because me personally, if you are unable to keep a routine, I am exactly like that. I will start doing something and then I will probably end up dropping it within a day. But this app has actually helped me to keep a routine with my healthy eating and making sure that I drink enough water, making sure that I get at least 30 minutes of exercise, and just everything all together. It's just an amazing app. So before I get into giving you guys all of my tips and all of my tricks to, you know, being a healthy bitch, I'm going to introduce you guys to the Lifesum app in case you haven't heard about it or you haven't seen my other video where I talked about it, which I will put a card right here so you guys can go and watch that, where I do a quick little easy workout routine for people who are lazy, and you will still benefit from it. So Lifesum altogether is an app that you can find cool recipes to, you know, try out. Whether you are looking for something lower in sodium, you are looking for something with more fruit in it, if you're looking for something because you're diabetic, or this or this or this, you're anemic, you need more iron. They have recipes for everything, you guys. I personally am not a master chef. I cannot, you know, whip it up in the kitchen that well. I'm a little Latina, so, you know, I got a couple skills, but I am no chef. My mastery is more in baking, you know, cookies, cakes, pies. And those are all things that aren't really gonna benefit your health. So me personally, I am able to find different recipes on this app that are going to, you know, benefit my health. So when you first sign up for the app, there's a thing called a life score test. And what this is going to do is ask you a series of questions. I believe it's 41. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's super, super easy. It'll take you like 2 or 3 minutes to finish it. And it will give you a overall like summary of what you need to work on in your diet, whether you need to try more exercising, if you need to do this or need to do that. My score is 57, and when I go to my score details, it tells me your day and your week has gone very, very well, but you need to eat more vegetables, you need to eat more unsaturated fats, protein, and it says I need more fruit and berries. And that sounds like a lot of stuff. But if you look at it, it tells me that I have plenty of fish in my diet, and that is because I personally, I'm not a pescatarian, but I'm pretty close to it. I don't eat a lot of chicken, I don't eat a lot of beef, I mainly eat fish almost every single day of my life because, I don't know, fish is life? That sounds kind of gross. You guys, it's so crazy because growing up, I hated sushi, I hated fish. I have tried so many things since then. Like, I always try to find something. Like, I always wanted to love sushi, but I hated it. I even went to the extent of eating shark in 4th grade because I just wanted to like it so bad. And it's so weird because today, like, that is my favorite food, and that's basically all that I eat. And I mean, fish does definitely help the skin, it helps the hair grow, it just helps everything. It will also tell you if you're eating too much red meat, if you're eating too much processed foods, if you have too much alcohol, but I mean, it's pretty obvious if you're drinking too much alcohol. You are able to set a goal for yourself. My goal on here is to be healthier. I'm not trying to gain weight, I'm not trying to lose weight. And you can also track your weight on here as well. My started weight was 128 when I got the app, and I am currently at 137. And I know some of you might be like, damn bitch, you gained 9 pounds, and like, what happened? Now for me personally, that is healthy weight. I was underweight in my opinion. I will get into all of that after I finish talking about the app, but I'm going to tell you guys my whole life story, so get ready. But I have struggled with my weight for a couple of years now, and this past year of my life has been pretty crazy. Eating disorder, all this stuff, so I will get into that. And that's why I'm telling you guys that this video is going to be the truth. I'm going to be real with you guys about what goes on with dieting, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be able to relate as well. And That's why I'm making this video, like not to, you know, come at you guys with a quick solution to drop weight and end up making yourself sick, because that's exactly what I did, and I don't want that to happen to anybody else. So aside from all of that, you can also track all of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner entries. For my breakfast, all I had was a couple of strawberries. For lunch, I had ravioli, I had sushi, and I had miso soup, and I haven't had dinner yet, so I haven't been able to track it, but it will let you know if you are under calories or if you are above. Now for my lunch, it says I'm above, and that is because of the ravioli. With the sushi and the miso soup, I was good, but a bitch got hungry. I needed a little bit more. And you also are able to track your water. You were supposed to drink at least 8 glasses of water a day, and so far I am 5 glasses in. There is a section called the plan section that I also mentioned. My plan is to become healthier, and I am part of the whole and healthy plan, but there are some other ones like step counter, the energizer, basic health, food for strength, the 2-day blaster, no carb, the fuss-free diet. There's so many different options. You take a small test and it helps you, you know, build something around your schedule, around what you want to do, whether it be I want to watch what I'm eating, or I don't want to watch what I'm eating, or I want a schedule, or I don't want a routine. Like, this app has everything that you need. Like I said, the whole little recipe section, it's super, super cute. I like that there's so many different options, and there's a lot of things that I never would have tried that I have tried because of this app. Because all my life, to be honest, I thought the only delicious foods were things that I can get from McDonald's and Burger King and In-N-Out, and I thought that was the best tasting things that I've ever had in my life. And I didn't even realize that I could be, you know, treating my body better and eating for even cheaper than McDonald's with these foods. So like I said, this app is fucking amazing. It says that I have 455 calories left for my day. I filled up on all of my carbs. I just need to eat more protein and a little bit more fat, but I am basically good. And you are also able to track your exercise in here, which is amazing. I used that part in my last video and I talked a little bit more about that, but you are able to track which exercises you did, but mine is a daily goal of 30 minutes a day. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't do that today. I was feeling like a troll, a very lazy girl. I have stayed in my bed eating my spicy tuna. I will definitely go and try to do something. I'll probably go walk on the treadmill for like 30 minutes, but at least I did something, you know. So now that I'm done talking about the LifeSum app, I'm going to get into talking about how I was able to get in the skin that I am today. I probably am more comfortable in my body than I have ever been in my entire life. So growing up, I was always shorter than everybody. I was the little chubby girl. Like, I mean, at first I was, you know, thin or whatever, and I don't know what happened. I just stopped growing in height and I started growing in width. Everybody used to make fun of me for it, so that's where the, you know, body dysmorphia started to begin, I guess, because I never viewed myself as, you know, different than other people. I never viewed myself as thicker than anyone. I was just happy in my body and I didn't care. I was eating what I wanted to eat, just as any child should. My mom was cooking for me and my brother every single day. We were having a balanced meal. I just ended up being a little chunkier than everyone else, and that is completely normal, and a lot of people need to realize that. Everybody's body develops differently and everybody's body is different. You cannot expect to look like this girl or this boy. Everybody's DNA is different. We all got different parents. We are not all meant to look exactly the same, and I failed to realize that as a child. I failed to realize that I am my own body and this is the way I'm gonna look. If my thighs are a little bit thicker, if my belly sticks out a little bit more, that's fine. That's the way it is. Not everybody is going to be a stick, and not everybody is going to be a little bit thicker. It's just your anatomy. So I didn't realize that as a young child, and I ended up developing, you know, body problems like body dysmorphia. I would look at myself in the mirror and get grossed out, and that is not something that you should be doing in middle school. That is not something that you should be even thinking of in middle school. You should be more worried about getting your homework done, going to bed on time, and getting excited to play with your friends at school on the playground the next day. So then we're gonna go into junior high, and that's when it got even worse for me. That is when, you know, girls started developing more, and I failed to develop as well. And on top of the whole, you know, being chunky and shorter than everybody, I was getting picked on even more now for looking like a little boy, as they said. Now moving on into high school, this is when everything kind of changed for me. I got my wish that I wanted. I wanted to be tall, I wanted to be thin. I didn't get it the way that I wanted to exactly. I ended up getting really sick, and I lost a lot of weight from this sickness, and at the same time I went through puberty and I shot up to about 5'6", 5'7". Now I'm talking about going from 4'8", 4'9", to 5'6". But I ended up losing a lot of weight, and right when I thought, wow, I'm finally tall and skinny, everybody's going to accept me now, people aren't gonna make fun of me anymore, that's when it started again. Now, why are you such a giant? Why are you so tall? Your feet are so big. Ew, you're so skinny. Why are you so thin? Why don't you have a big butt? Boys aren't gonna like you because your butt's not big enough. Why don't you have boobs? Why don't you, like, literally I would be walking through the hallway and I would hear, look at a skeleton walking by. Like, I know that sounds funny. It's like funny to laugh at now, but thinking about it back then, it was not cool at all. People used to, you know, pick fun of me. They used to make fun of me, and that caused me to shelter myself away and not want to make any friends. I ended up eating lunch on the wall by myself every single day my freshman year. I did not reach out to anybody. Nobody reached out to me, and it was a really sad time. And once again, I ended up developing even worse body dysmorphia, and I went through this phase, I remember, and my mom's probably watching this video, but I remember locking myself away in my room. I'm sure she can remember this. I remember putting like these like thick blankets over my window, and I would just sit in my room all day in the dark because I didn't want to see myself in the mirror. I didn't want to see anything. I didn't want to see anyone. I just wanted to stay in my room all day. I would go to school, come back, go straight to my room, stay in there. I would literally sometimes not even eat. My mom would have to bring food to my room. I would, late at night, like I wouldn't even eat, but late at night I would go downstairs and grab a packet of saltines, go back up to my room, eat those, and that was all that I ate. My mom would give me school lunch money, and I wouldn't spend it on school lunch. I would spend it on eating like a bag of chips, and that was all, and I would just pocket the rest. Sorry, Mom. But I literally did not want to eat anything because I was scared of, you know, gaining the weight back, and people were gonna, you know, make fun of me for that. But I was also like, I'm so skinny, like what am I gonna do? And as you know, I got a little bit older, still in high school. I started to gain some of the weight back, the weight that I lost when I was really sick. You know, I ended up gaining a little bit of weight back. I never, you know, ended up being in the normal, you know, BMI charts. I was always underweight. And then I was also in dance, and I was also playing volleyball with my friends at the park, and I was also running track, and I was also, you know, going to the gym with my mom. So I was always doing some sort of like physical activity, so I wasn't gaining any weight, and I wasn't really losing any either. And eventually I just got to the point of I didn't even listen to what anybody said anymore, but I still critiqued myself. I still judged myself all the time, because there would always be, you know, that boy that you like, and then he doesn't end up liking you back, and then you see who he does like, and the girl that he did like was petite, and she was thick, and she had a big booty and all this stuff. So I was just like, wow, like, fuck. So I remember doing the 30-day squat challenge. Like, you guys remember when that was a thing? Like, I remember doing the 30-day squat challenge, trying to get the booty popping. It didn't end up working. Like, that was just my anatomy. I remember like taking my little Canon camera that my parents gave me, and I would always take pictures in the mirror, and I would like take one every single day doing my squat challenge, and I would try to eat a little bit more, just trying to see if I would get any sort of progression, and there was never any progression. My body was fine though. Like, I was running track, and when you run track, y'all, that tones your whole body. Everything was fine, but I still was extremely uncomfortable with myself, and I still hated my body. And then when I went into my first year of college, I kind of like let it all go. I didn't care anymore, and I think the whole freshman 15 thing happened when you're in your first year of college and you move away from home and you can finally eat whatever you want. You just end up eating it all. So I did definitely end up gaining those 15 pounds. And at this point, I ended up getting up to 150 pounds. Now keep in mind, my freshman year of high school, I was 118. that wasn't the freshman 15, that was like the freshman 50. And this was, like I said, because I was living on my own. I was eating whatever I wanted. I went from my mom giving me and my brother a balanced meal every day to little gordita, eating whatever I want, eating this here, junk food, junk food, junk food. Like, I ate nothing but junk food, and I lived right next to In-N-Out and Taco Bell. So your girl got thick. I wasn't going to the gym anymore. I wasn't working out. I wasn't caring about anything at all. My skin was taking a toll, you guys. My skin was so bad at this time because I was eating so unhealthy. I was not drinking water. I was drinking soda, which I didn't grow up in a household drinking soda. My mom never let me and my brother drink soft drinks. All we could have was like orange juice, lemonade, milk, or water. I was doing whatever I want, being reckless with my eating, being reckless with everything. Now when I moved to LA, I was in so much shock at how judgmental people are, how crazy and how artificial, how judgmental, how superficial it is out here. I feel like everybody cares so much about being thin and being small and being tiny, and everything, like I said, is just a fucking competition. So I ended up not eating as much as I usually did. I started eating a lot healthier. I lived with Alexia at the time, so she was cooking or I was cooking. At one point I ended up going vegan. Now that did not last long, you guys. I only ended up being vegan for 2 months, but I lost 35 pounds. Now I did not do veganism the correct way, you guys. I completely cut out all meat, all dairy, which I'm high-key lactose intolerant, so I should not be eating dairy in the first place. But I was still, you know, eating things with dairy in it. But once I ended up becoming vegan, I cut all of that stuff out. And like I said, I didn't do it the right way. The way I did it was going to Trader Joe's and getting frozen vegan food, warming that up at home. Or whenever we went out to eat, I would get a vegan meal, and we were going out to eat a lot. I wasted so much money going to restaurants ordering vegan food, because vegan food is not cheap in LA, you guys. Yes, it's popular now for, you know, everybody to be vegan or whatever, but it's not cheap. It's a lot cheaper to go and get, you know, a hamburger versus getting a veggie burger. So I was spending so much money eating out all the time, like literally all the time. I was postmating vegan food all the time. And like I said, I didn't do it the right way. But I did end up losing an extreme amount of weight, and then I was also working out at the same time, always going to the beach, always running on the beach, always swimming. So I was kind of doing a lot, and I was living a more healthier, active lifestyle, if that makes sense, even though what I was eating was not the best. Now it's so easy to live a healthy vegan lifestyle. There's so many YouTubers that will help you on your journey with that as well. The Lifesum app has vegan recipes on it, and I wish I knew about Lifesum at the time, because I definitely would have used it at the time to, you know, eat properly. I kind of went into it with ignorance, with the only intention of losing weight, with the only intention of, you know, I want a quick solution. So that is an option for you, definitely, if you do and you are interested in losing weight. Going vegan will definitely tone and slim your body out a lot, but make sure you are doing it the right way and you are getting all the nutrients and all of the vitamins, minerals that you need in your body. Do not jeopardize your health like I did. Like I said, I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I definitely did end up losing a lot of weight, but a lot of my other friends were doing it as well, but they were cooking for themselves every day. They were, you know, doing it the right way, and they were leaning up or leaning out. They were losing weight. They were, you know, looking a little bit more built because they were working out as well. So you can still get that result, but just do it the right way, because I was tired all the time. I became anemic. I had very low potassium levels. I was getting sick very easily. So after those 2 months of being vegan, I ended up quitting, and I tried to go back to, you know, eating chicken and eating beef and eating everything again, but it just wasn't working for me. My body was rejecting it all because it was so used to not eating any of that. And I tried to introduce things back into my diet, but it wasn't working at all. So I would once in a while eat a little piece here, a little piece of this there, but overall it was not a healthy diet at all. And then I ended up developing anorexia, because anytime I would gain even 0.5 of a pound, I would freak out and I would skip lunch. It got to the point of throwing food up. It got to the point of, you know, binge eating sometimes. Like literally once a week I would just get super hungry and I would eat a ton. My stomach would expand and I would freak out and throw everything back up. I ended up developing a eating disorder, and everything else going on in my life just was stressing me out, and everything was just building on, and it was just really unhealthy at the time. And now today I don't have an eating disorder. Some of you may be wondering, how did you get past all of that? How did you know, help yourself? I personally went and got professional help from a psychiatrist, from a therapist, from a doctor. I got help. I got a plan. I was, you know, on a meal plan. I was supposed to eat this much a day, eat this, eat that, eat this, protein shakes, all this stuff. So I was able to, you know, get out of that with the help of a doctor, and it's not that easy for a lot of people. I didn't want to get help, you guys. I was just scared of gaining weight again. I was scared of going back, I guess you could say, to middle school or, you know, high school. I was scared to get made fun of again. And I am on the internet. I'm in the public eye. I'm not a celebrity or anything, but people are seeing me all the time, and it does hurt my feelings, you know, when people will be like, wow, Vanessa looks so fucking skinny today. Why does she look so sickly? Like, ew, she looks so gross. Like, or Vanessa's getting fat, or Vanessa this, or Vanessa that. So even though they are just comments, I am still a human being, and I still read them, and they still hurt my feelings, and I still take them into consideration. But now I'm in a place of my life where I just want to be healthy, I just want to be happy, and I don't care if this person doesn't like my body. I don't care if I'm too fat for this person or if I'm too skinny for this person, because I am healthy. I go and get regular checkups at the doctor, and they tell me that I'm doing just fine, and everything is looking pretty good. The vitamins are there, all of the minerals are consumed. I'm eating 3 meals a day now, 2 or 3 snacks in between, and I'm drinking all of the water that I need to drink. And I'm really proud of myself. That's why I smile when I say it, because like I said, it's been a journey since middle school to finally be comfortable with myself. Skin is popping, the body is a little snatched. Your girl is in a very good place, and the reason I told you guys all of that is because I want you to realize that you're not alone in this whole journey of, you know, finding yourself and finding happiness within yourself. And I just want everybody to realize that, once again, everybody's body is different. And I cannot stress that enough. Like, I'm gonna keep saying it again and again until people get it through their head, because I feel like people look at celebrities, they look at these famous people, these poppin' Instagram girls, and they're like, wow, they have so many followers because they're so skinny and beautiful, they must be so happy with their life. But I know a lot of these people, and they're fucking depressed. It doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. People's happiness doesn't come from all of that. You can't look at those people and assume they're happy because they look a certain way, or because they're this way or this way. Because I got friends who are, you know, not skinny, they're a little thick or whatever, and they are perfectly happy with their lives. They're doing what they're doing, not worrying about what people think about them. And I got friends who are super skinny and they're happy with themselves and blah blah blah. But I also have friends that are super skinny that are depressed, and they're so worried about being a certain weight and looking a certain body type because they want boys to like them, or they want, you know, more followers, they want this, they want this. So they're starving themselves, they're eating little to no food, they're going to the gym 3 times a day, like they're doing the most. So you need to realize that your body is your body, and you can't try to look like someone else or think that if you look a certain way that's going to bring you happiness. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have confidence and your self-esteem is not well and balanced, then, you know, it doesn't matter. So I definitely recommend getting the LifeSum app. It is free to download on the App Store and on Google Play, I believe. So you guys can go and pick that up, download it on your phone. If you are interested in just maintaining a healthy diet, maintaining a healthy weight, or maybe you're trying to gain weight, or maybe you're trying to lose weight, or maybe you're trying to, you know, build up yourself a little bit. There are so many different plans on the app for you to try out. Like I said, I use it every single day. I get my little notifications when it tells me time to eat a snack. Time to eat a snack. Are you ready for dinner? Or dinners should be made in 2 hours. You should be eating this. Have you drank enough water? Get that shit in. And eventually, I feel like after using this app on a consistent basis, I will eventually be able to just have it in my head, and it will be a routine that I could just do it on my own. But I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. And thanks to LifeSum, I'm able to. So like I said, I'm going to have it linked in my description as well for you guys to go and get the app. And I'm going to have my other LifeSum video, which includes, you know, a lazy workout for lazy people, so you guys can go and try that out. It's really good for people who are starting to get into going to the gym. It might be a little bit difficult because some people were commenting on that video like, girl, this is a little too hard, like this is a little too much, I'm lazy. But once you start, you know, going and doing it, only do half of it one day, only do 30% of it the first day. Whatever you can do, push yourself to your limit. Like, not till you like throw up or anything, but push yourself until you're like, okay, I did good. And then one day you'll be able to do the entire video. One day you'll be able to do the video twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then you're good. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want you guys once again to remember, you are beautiful no matter what. Do not listen to what society says, because society standards on beauty are so difficult and they are so wrong. You can't categorize yourself. You can't hurt yourself in the process of becoming a healthy version of you, because everybody's bodies are meant to look a certain way. You might be working out at the gym every single day, eating healthy, and your body will still only get to a certain point. You might not be able to get to a size 0. You might not be able to get to a size 5, but that is okay, because all that matters is you are healthy and you are alive. You are alive. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let's use these comments as a support system for each other. If you have a story to tell, drop it down below, because I'm sure somebody would love to read it. There's going to be somebody that's going to relate to you, and you guys could even build a friendship from that, for all you know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Lifesome, again, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.